Hey everybody. Well, here we are. Today is Wednesday, and for you it'll probably be the weekend. But for after work, I am going to start working on taking the GX200 off and replacing it with a Predator. I'm going to lower the axle down, or the rear, I don't even know what you would call it, but I'm going to lower this down to here if it'll allow me to. I'm not sure. I'm going to try it. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and put the 212 on here with this torque converter and everything else and see what happens. We'll see if we can beat 29 miles an hour with a stock Predator. The only thing I did notice is that I never backed the screw out, so it did bend the tab right here. See if I can get rid of the shadow. The little tab is bent, so I guess I was mashing the pedal pretty good. Anyhow, so I'm going to get working on this swap. I'm not going to film the whole thing because you guys just watched me put this motor on. Like 2 days ago I put it on, so. And just like that, it's gone. Alright, so here we have the brand new 212 Predator, bone stock. The only thing that I don't have right now is the oil. So I'm gonna go and get some oil as soon as I get this thing put on here. And let's see if it'll pull out in this bag. Nope. Well, I don't think I can get it one-handed. Alright guys, well, I have decided that I am going to install the torque converter on camera and go ahead and put it in this video because I don't know what happened to my torque converter footage. So anyhow, it's pretty simple. I have the torque converter off right now, so I figured it'd be a good time. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you have to do is get rid of this cotter key, and it's not, or the shaft key. It's not very easy, but it is at the same time pretty simple. So let me find, oh, I need my bushing. Okay, so there is a washer, then a bushing, that has a key in it. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. And then this main part right here And you'll see that this is similar shape, and this has the little I don't even know what you would call that shape, but it's like a circle with two flat sides, and that's how that is on there as well. So this isn't really a very good instructional video, I'm sure, but anyhow, that goes like that, and then the cover goes on there. But before you do that, we have the important part. Okay, so my torque converter has the whole mount plate and everything else included with it. That's how I bought it. I don't like building jack shafts and all that stuff. So there's on these Predators, it's the center of the smaller bolts is the ones that you'll use for mounting straight to the engine. All these bolts are supplied with this whole torque converter kit. And it works out pretty good. You just gotta make sure you don't force anything and make sure it's all feeling good when you get started on it. I'm gonna go ahead, since I didn't remove the chain, and get the chain in place. So that it's easier for me. And I'm already noticing an issue that I'm having that I didn't have with my Honda, and that is that the torque converter is actually hitting the oil drain, or the oil fill plug. So I have to take this back off, and I'll have to figure out a way to cut that off. It's hitting right here at the top, so I need to like cut this thing in half. All right, and just like that, it is trimmed down. I'm kind of surprised that I had a problem with this and I didn't have a problem with the Honda. So I'm going to go ahead and give that an extra little bump with my pliers just to make sure. And hopefully it clears now, because it certainly wasn't clearing before. Oh yeah, I think it's in good shape, guys. I think it's in real good shape. Oh yeah, it totally clears now. Awesome. So we can go ahead and pick back up where we left off at. And this motor is going to stay on here for a little bit. And once I have this one good and broken in, I'm going to put I have the same exact engine, but it has no governor on it, and I'm actually in the process of making a video of removing the governor. What I call a 90% removal. It leaves the rod in there, but it takes the gear and everything out from the inside. So I don't know, I like doing it that way. It gives you a little more options on your throttle and how to connect everything and everything else. So that's just the way I like to do it. I've been doing it for a long time, since I was a kid, really. Well, there's that part. So now we're gonna put the clutch itself on. Oh, I got the wrong end here. There we go. So you've got to put this part on first. It has a key in it. And then Here's a brass bushing. That kind of helps you gain neutral. And then you get the belt on there. Oh, almost did it backwards, see? That's one side is flat and the other side has this, it's a round part with a little notches on the sides. And we gotta turn this guy so we get him on there. There we go. Okay. And then there's this little funny looking washer here. You'll notice it's notched out for the key too. But this goes first. I can't really see. I've got you guys kind of in my way so I can film it for you. Okay, and then you spin that guy around until he finds the key. And then, bam. I don't know what you're supposed to torque this stuff to, but I hit it pretty hard. I've been yelled at for it, but I've never broke anything. So. I don't want anything flying off while I'm going down the street. Anyhow, so when the torque converter comes new, this is either apart or it's loose. And I don't remember what size that was. I believe it was 15/16. I'm not positive. But anyhow, and I gotta slide my engine forward to make sure that it's all the way up and tight. My chain's not on all the way. You gotta make sure that chain's on all the way, for sure. Alright, that looks like the sweet spot to me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bolt this engine down and then we're going to take it for a test drive. Of course, I'll put gas in it. I already added oil, but I have to put gas in it still. Alright, well, it's time for its first fuel up. Oh, I didn't do my throttle yet. How can I forget something so important? Well, we'll go ahead and fuel it anyway. I think that'll be enough to get us started. It's pretty full. I cut a little bit of that out. All right, I'm gonna start on, how the heck? So many stinking emissions things. I'm gonna start on the throttle cable. I'll show you guys what I got when I'm done. So what I did was I connected a spring from the muffler down to here, and then there's another one of these guys right here underneath, and that's what I used for my throttle cable. And then I tied the throttle cable into here, and I had to loosen this up, you know, maybe like a full turn or so until it actually sprung back. So I pull it to like full throttle and I let it pull itself back, and I go extra little bump so it doesn't get locked up. So all right, well, this thing is all installed aside from the cover, which I'm not putting on until I've test rode, and we're gonna go for a test ride soon. Let me just button this the rest of the way up. Sorry about the sunlight. All right, guys, well, I'm back. It rips, but it's also ripping up the belt. Look at all the fuzz. I think if you look at the way that this thing is riding real hard on the inside there, I think that I need to take the clutch back off and remove the one flat washer out of there. I think it's just too much on this engine. It worked perfect on the Honda, but it didn't work good on here. So I will be back and I'm gonna rip it again. All right, well, got that out. It's all back together. And we're going to take it for another rip. I pulled this out, or flipped it around so that the chewed up stuff was on the outside, but this thing definitely sits a lot better in here now without that. So I think it's right now. All right, guys, well, this has been a successful mission. We got the Predator on, runs great, and I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I did notice that my engine has moved a little bit, so I need to bolt it down better. I'm not sure why. I really torqued it down, I thought, but I'll have to go to it again. But anyhow, it actually twisted just a little bit so that the chain has enough space there, and this chain is stretching too, or it's just plain old slid the motor back some. But anyhow, it definitely looks twisted to me too. So it's twisted a little bit. We'll straighten it out. But otherwise, I think I saw 33 miles an hour out of this thing. And this has a governor and everything on it. You guys watched me unbox it. It's crazy. But all right, well, don't forget to like my videos, subscribe, and comment. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.